So you're a Jumia seller, and your business is growing. That's awesome. But it also means way more work, doesn't it? More products, more orders, more everything. What if you could put a lot of that on autopilot? Well, that's exactly what the Jumia API is designed for. And in this explainer, we're going to break down how you can use it to grow your business, and hey, you don't even have to be a coding genius to get it.
All right, here's the game plan. First, we'll talk about the growing pains, the challenges you're probably all too familiar with. Then, we'll dive into how Jumia's API is the cure, specifically for your products and your orders. After that, we'll walk through getting your secure connection set up, and wrap it all up by looking at how this lets you take your business global.
Okay, let's dive right in. And we're going to start with a problem that honestly every single successful seller hits. It's that moment when things really start working. Your sales are up, and suddenly all that manual work just feels completely overwhelming. I mean, be honest. Does this sound familiar to you? You're up late, staring at spreadsheets until your eyes hurt, just praying you don't make that one tiny typo that messes everything up. This is the reality for so many sellers. It's the point where all the manual stuff actually starts holding you back.
So you're trying to manage your stock on a spreadsheet that's pretty much out of date the second you save it. You're sinking hours into processing every single order, click by click. And oh, if you're selling in more than one country, forget about it. It becomes a full-time job just keeping your prices and product info straight. This is the classic trap, right? You're stuck working in your business instead of on it.
But what if there was a better way? A way to change all of that? Well, there is. And that brings us to the solution: automation. Specifically, automating your entire workflow using Jumia's API. So let's talk about what that really means. Okay, API sounds technical. I get it. But let's cut through all the jargon. The easiest way to think about it is like a digital messenger. It's a secure line that lets your business systems, say your inventory software, talk directly to Jumia's vendor center. No more you having to copy and paste everything. The systems just talk to each other automatically.
Think of it this way. The API is basically the engine that puts your vendor center on autopilot. You already know the vendor center. It's your command hub for managing all your shops from one spot. The API just takes all the work you're doing in there and does it for you.
Now, Jumia's API is broken down into two main parts, which makes it super easy to understand. Just think, one side handles your products and the other side handles your orders. The product side is called the GPM, or Global Product Management API. This is for all your stuff: creating new listings, updating stock, changing prices. Then you have the order side, the GOP, or Global Order Processing API. And that, you guessed it, handles all your sales, from the moment an order comes in to the moment it's ready to ship. All right, let's dive into that first piece, the GPM API. This is the tool that's going to let you take complete control of your entire product catalog. So what does this look like in the real world? Let's take creating new products as an example. It's a pretty straightforward flow. First, your system just asks Jumia for some basic info, like what brands and categories are available. Step 2, you send over all your new products in one big batch. The API then gives you back something called a feed ID so you can track its progress. And finally, you can just check to make sure everything was created exactly how you wanted. So what does all that tech talk actually mean for your business? It means you can upload an entire new collection in minutes, not spend days on it. It means if something sells out on your own website, the stock on Jumia updates instantly, automatically. You could run a massive flash sale across every country you sell in with just a single command. That is how you stay ahead of the game. And hey, that term we just mentioned, a feed, is a key one to know. Whenever you hear it, just think bulk action or batch job. It's just the API's fancy way of saying it's processing a huge list of tasks all at once, like creating 1,000 new products or updating the stock for your entire catalog. Okay, so your product catalog is now on cruise control. Awesome. But what about all those orders coming in? Well, that's where the other half of the API steps in, the GOP, the Global Order Processing API. And this is all about making your order fulfillment smooth as silk. Just imagine this for a second. Instead of you having to log in constantly to check for new sales, your system just automatically pulls them in as they happen. It then groups the items together for packing, tells Jumia, hey, this is ready to go, and even grabs the shipping labels for you to print out. The whole thing just happens. No manual work needed.
This gives you total control. Seriously, instead of clicking through a dozen tabs, all your orders are just there, in one place. You can instantly see what needs to go out to Kenya compared to what's shipping to Nigeria.
Customer cancels an item? No problem. The system handles it. You can say goodbye to manually downloading and printing shipping labels one at a time. This is all about cutting out the mistakes and getting hours of your day back.
Okay, this all sounds amazing, right? But you're probably wondering, how do I connect my system to Jumia safely? Well, that's where something called authentication comes in. It's basically the process of creating that super secure private handshake between your system and Jumia's.
And you can be absolutely confident about the security here. Jumia uses a protocol called OAuth 2, which is the gold standard for this stuff. I mean, it's the same technology that giants like Google and Facebook use to make sure your data stays yours, and only your approved apps can touch it.
Jumia makes it really simple by giving you two main options to choose from. The first one is for if you're using a web app with a login screen, like a dashboard. It's called the authorization code flow. You've seen this a million times. It's just like when you use your Google account to sign in to another website. The second option is called self-authorization, and that's for systems that don't have a user interface, like an automated script that runs in the background to sync your stock.
And the best part? Getting started is literally just a few clicks inside the vendor center you're already using every day. You just log in, go to Settings, then click on the Applications menu. From there, you hit Create Application and just pick the option that fits your setup. It's that easy.
Okay, I need you to listen really closely to this next part because it is absolutely critical. When you create your application, you're going to get two things, a client ID and a client secret. Think of that secret as the master key to your entire automated kingdom. And here's the thing, Jumia will only show it to you once. That's it. You have to copy it and save it somewhere super safe right away, because the second you close that window, it is gone forever. I'm serious, you cannot get it back. So let's recap. We've got automated products, we've got streamlined orders, and we have a rock-solid secure connection. Now let's tie it all together and talk about the big picture here, which is truly scaling your business across the globe. And this is where the global in Global API really starts to make sense. See, it all operates through a concept called a master shop. It's pretty simple. It's just one account that groups together all of your different shops, even if they're in different countries. And the API works at that top level, which means one single API call can update products or grab orders from all your shops everywhere at the exact same time. And if you're worried about asking for too much, don't be. The system is built for volume. You can make up to 200 requests every single minute. Now, to put that into perspective, that's like making more than 3 updates every single second. This isn't just basic automation. This is high-speed, high-volume power that's built for sellers who are serious about scaling up. So that really brings us to the final, most important question. You know your business is ready to grow, but the real question is your workflow ready? By automating your products and your orders, the Jumia API finally gives you the power to break out of that day-to-day grind. You can stop working in the business and finally start working on the business. It's the tool that lets your operations catch up to your ambition.